Speaking of the best, it is time for the best segment on Polyester Blend.
Let's go. Let's get it.
Utah County's Quiz is a quiz between Ryan and Clayton. Utah County's Quiz is a game of knowledge of the counties of Utah. It's a game that they play. Who will know the most? We don't know. People, it is time for Utah's County Quiz, Utah County's Quiz, where these two, Ryan Bradford, who still might not be with us. We have to stall a little bit while he comes back. I don't know.
Oh, I could just take the win.
All right, Ryan, if you do not show up in 3 seconds, Clayton gets the win. 1, 2.
Oh,
hey.
Man. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Planned that.
Wow, I did not plan that. That is amazing. That is.
You guys have a side conversation.
Finally,
In the
Ryan.
quiz.
I had to go on.
I was going to have to enforce that as the rules enforce it.
I had to go on black market internet just so Clayton didn't win.
Black market internet? What do you mean? What's going on over here, my friend?
Bitcoin,
No.
$13? What?
I had to pay Jeremy $13 to get back on the internet.
Let us do this so you can see the scores right now. We've been doing this for several weeks. We're going to go through all 29 of the Utah counties. Right now it is, sadly, Ryan got close for a minute, but right now it is 10-7. Purple is Clay, yellow is Ryan.
I like how I picked up a victory last week as barely a sentient being.
Right.
I won.
Do you feel confident? Do you feel confident this week, Clay, that you'll remember this quiz?
Yes, I'm actually taking it pretty easy tonight.
Thank God bless. God bless. So, Clay, you're ahead. You won last week. As we've been doing, we do 5 questions and then a bonus question. We first do a coin flip because we're trying to make it fair. Whoever who won last week gets to go first in the coin flip. That'll determine who gets to go first in question number 5. Each question for the first person who goes is worth 1 point. Whoever does not get it right, the other person can steal for 0.5. We this week, we're going to the West Des, my friends. We are going to the West Des.
There's only 3 remaining counties in the West Des.
Tooele.
It's either going to be Tooele or whatever that thing.
Ryan said it first.
Okay.
It is, of course, it is Tooele County, everybody.
God,
Can I get a point? Can I get a .001?
Yes,
then?
you do get a point.
There better be some gosh darn Pony Express questions in this one.
Now, Clay,
This is a big game for Ryan's strategy of winning the biggest area.
Oh.
very good point. And also, let me preface this really quickly. I think I could have done 29 quizzes just on Tooele County because I think it is. I honestly feel it's one of the most interesting.
There's a lot of weird shit going on there.
So, and I will just say, like, there's not many people. I think maybe Blaine is the only person who cares, but there is so much to this county, and I sat when I was writing this quiz. I sat for 5 minutes in silence, overwhelmed with how much I want to ask. So I just did it. I know I'm going to be leaving so much history on the table because I was going to do a question about, did people know that there for a time there was the Republic of Tooele? There was the only time a lefty government was in power in Utah was in Tooele. There is a lot of stuff. The Hastings cutoff, the Donner Party. There is so much I didn't get to. I know that there's a lot. Maybe we'll come back to this later for a tiebreaker if we ever have it. But I'm just saying.
Weird, creepy gas station in the Dells.
Dude, Tooele County is infinitely interesting to me. So I will preface that in that I am not going to cover it all in 6 questions. But Clay,
Skull Valley. Yeah, we'll go ahead.
You went first, or you won last week, so you get
Tails.
to choose. Is that Tails?
Yeah, Tails.
No.
Oh my!
Oh my God!
Just like I got 4 aces in Vegas last week, baby.
Clay, that is huge. That is huge. That means Clay will go first in question number 5.
I studied all the 172 million flips that happened before, and I knew it.
You knew what was coming up. Clay, my first question for you is about, of course, there is Tooele County. That's the old historic county house in Tooele, the city of Tooele. Also, it's the same name of the county, Tooele City. But my first question for you, Clay, is geography. Clay, Tooele County is one of the largest counties in Utah. In fact, it is in the top 4 largest counties by acres. Okay? My question for you, where does it place in the top 4 largest counties by acres? Okay? I give you 4 options. You already kind of know where this is going.
Yeah.
It is A, is it the largest? Is it B, the second largest? C, the third largest? Or D, the fourth largest? If you get this right, you get 1 full point. Ryan can steal for 0.5. Where does Tooele County by acres rank in size?
I've got it boiled down to, I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to give clues in case I get it wrong. It's between 2. I'm going to say third.
Final answer.
Yeah. Mother.
That is incorrect. It is not the third. Ryan, you can steal for 0.5. Third is off the table. By size, where out of the top 4, by size, acres, where does Tooele rank in the top 4 largest counties, Ryan?
Oh, you said acres. I thought we were talking about square
bullshit.
miles.
Get the fuck out of here. Ryan, is it the largest county? Is it the second largest county? Or is it the 4th largest county?
I'm going to go B, second.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Gentlemen, look to your screens. You will see by size. It is the second largest.
Oh, I thought Box Elder was bigger.
So San Juan is the largest, then
knew
Tooele, and then Millard, and then Box Elder. Oh my God. Ryan, you are at 1.001. This is a big question for you then, Ryan. This is a big question for you because you could really make a substantial lead. Ryan, look to your screen right now. You see this photo, and you see at the bottom here, San Francisco, New York, Nevada, Utah state line. Ryan, my question for you. People know the fact that the Golden Spike, or the final rail nail in the Transcontinental Railroad, was placed in Utah. But did you know that the last pole for the Transcontinental Telephone line was also placed in Utah? So the final pole in the Transcontinental Telephone line was placed in Utah. It was actually placed in Wendover, Nevada. They actually have a monument there for it. My question for you, Ryan, what year was the final pole placed in Wendover, Nevada? You've got 4 options. Is it A, 1884? B,
Wait. C and D are troublesome.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Sorry. I fucked up. Sorry.
Everything's...
You get a double option. So, of course, you can see where I'm going with this. Is it 84, 94, 04, or 1914? That really...
You can see there's an automatic protest.
It doesn't really...
there.
Oh, first of all, it doesn't really matter. I just fucked up and I'm posting it. Ryan, what is your answer? For 1 full point.
Do I lean on the side of the fuck up? Or
do you double down?
wanna...
Do you double down, or is it
Yeah.
Freudian nightmare?
Oh
What's
my
going on
God.
here?
Yeah. I don't think Schlegel's fuck up is...
Indeed, to be clear, is 1914.
I don't think that's
Well, it's
indicative
obviously
of the answer.
1914. I mean, come on.
Or is it? I'm gonna go 1904.
Final answer.
Final answer.
1904C or 1904D?
Ryan, you lost 2 times, so you actually get minus points. So you're -1 because Clayton, 1904 is off the table. Is it 1884, 1894, or what should be 1914? Oh, I fucking work so hard on this and I can't fucking get it right. But anyway, Clay, out of those 3 options.
You know what's interesting about this is that you would think that, I mean, the telephone is so important and actually has, in our modern years, has become even more important, I would say.
It should have had its own quarter.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, why not?
More so than the railroad.
I
Why are
agree.
we celebrating that?
Voices! Fucking voices, man.
But you got me twisted on this whole 1914 situation. Oh, God. I honestly thought it would have been later than these dates. I thought it would have been, I'm thinking of Ma Bell, It's not telegraph. It's not telegraph, right? It's telephone.
Telephone.
I'm gonna go B, 1894.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Look to your screens right now, gentlemen. You will see the correct answer. It was actually Utah, June 27th, 1914.
The option that was
Christ.
not there.
Jesus
Option that was
Christ.
not on the screen.
Gentlemen, have you seen how many graphics have shown up on the show tonight? I'm sorry. I tried.
I mean,
to
uploading all those weird blankets alone, dude.
And by the way, I mean, we also, like I was focused on this so much tonight where I was like, paying homage to Roger.
Yeah, you really went all
man.
out with your
You were
chocolate.
actually grieving for his death.
Yeah.
It's so
His
true.
20+-year-old death.
All right, so it is one.
So- I like
fear-
it.
I do
It's so
feel
crazy.
that Ryan made clear that 1914 was still an option.
No, I'm not
So-
contesting that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm contesting because I definitely remember how I said I thought things were later, but I was like, he couldn't possibly have gotten the wrong answer wrong or the right answer wrong. He would have been
But
so.
he did say it was still an
Ugh.
option, so you really just
He
Thank
seemed
you,
to be very
Judge.
cavalier about
Thank
the year
you, Judge.
1914.
Thank you, Judge. Clayton,
Not without controversy is my point.
you get the next question. You get the next question.
All
Okay.
right.
My next question is about this area. This is Horseshoe Bend in Skull Valley. This is a Native American history. There is a tribe of Native Americans who fought against the Mormon growth in Utah Territory. When the Mormons settled the Salt Lake Valley, they tried to cattle raise in the Skull Valley, all the valleys moving towards Nevada. They were fought with resistance to a particular tribe. So this tribe, where this is like most tribes in America, were told a lot of promises were never once ever fulfilled by the U.S. government or the territorial government. This tribe was native to the area now called Tooele County. They were there well before the quote-unquote land was owned and was pushed out by the Mormons and the U.S. government, sometimes murdered in the process. What was the tribe that occupied Tooele? I give you 4 options. Was it A, Paiute, B, Goshute, C, Ute, or D, Shoshone?
Well, I don't know if this is a trick question or not because the ghost shoots are Skull Valley. So I have no. I mean, I know that the Shoshone has been around, but I mean the ghost shoots are Skull Valley, so I'm gonna go B.
B is your final answer.
Yeah.
Skull Valley Band of Goshute is correct, my friend.
Thank you.
In
Ooh, I
fact,
thought you were trying to throw me a loop there, bud.
no, I make this point because, as always in Utah history, we do a Utah counties quiz. I want to always point out the Native American tribes that were fully fucked by the Utah government. The Goshuets were actually given a property near Deep Creek, which was better, had water, was near the mountains, and then they were pushed to Skull Valley. There's less than 500 left of the Goshuet tribe of Skull Valley. I feel very passionate that the Goshuets got fucked, and this is a tribe that had to fight the Paiute, had to fight the Shoshone, and then the fucking Mormons and the U.S. government come in.
Hey.
I'm just saying, I wanted to make a point. I know it might have been a softball, but I want to make a point that
I forgive you for the 1914 curveball.
I respect
Giving
that.
softball.
Well,
But also,
yeah,
have
yeah,
you ever
you
been,
would.
Skull Valley? In the 90s, they tried to do, or in the early, that was about 2000. They were talking about they wanted to put they've been trying to find a way to be profitable because you can't put a casino in Utah. They try to do, I don't know, nuclear waste, anything to try to make money. It's a pretty rough scene out there. But it is a beautiful. If you've ever been to Skull Valley, it is a beautiful.
Skull Valley is, again, why Tooele County was really hard for me is that I feel very strongly about Tooele County. I love Tooele County, and the fact, Skull Valley is one of my most favorite places on the planet. I think it is just amazing, but I also understand that it's maybe not the best to prosper. I mean, I hope that I don't want to speak for anyone out there, but I understand where maybe there's other places that should have been given to them.
Have you been to that ghost town? Forgive me if this is a spoiler. Have you been to that ghost town in Skull Valley?
Josepa, which is
Iosepa.
it's called Giuseppa because it's
pronounced Giuseppa.
because it's in honor of Joseph C. Smith, not Joseph Smith, but his nephew, who was the first person to go to Polynesia territory to be a missionary. They promised him a bunch of goods. Come to Salt Lake. This is where you should be Mormons. They came to Salt Lake. They actually, not too far from where I am in Warm Springs, they were met with what? Racism. And the LDS church option for what to do with the Polynesian and those Pacific Islanders who came to Salt Lake Valley in the 1800s was to place them in Skull Valley at Giuseppa, and then and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it is supposed to be pronounced with the J. But sadly, there was a leper colony there. It was going to be one of my questions, but again, Tooele County's history is amazing.
The crazy thing is, like, wasn't I don't know if it was Samoan or Tongan royalty buried in Skull Valley, because they actually shipped a queen of the island out there.
In Monson, the LDS Church, he helped put up a monument for Pacific Islanders in Giuseppa in the late 90s because it was like they promised them a bag of goods as the Mormon Church. They're on an island in the Pacific and tell them to come to Salt Lake, and they're met with racism, and then they're told make poi out of the salty water out of the Great Salt Lake. Again, the history there is...
I am sure winters were very hard.
But eventually, it was because they allowed the Hawaiian LDS Church, a lot of them moved to Hawaii to be at least closer to that. Anyway, sorry, I'll go on a tangent all day long about Tooele County. Ryan, the next question is for you. We are tied right now. Well, actually, Ryan is at .0001.
I got .001.
That is
I'm
super shady right off the bat.
Ryan, do you know what's on your screen right now? Are you familiar with this at all?
Can I get a 001 for the mistype?
That is
No,
right.
shut up, Clay.
No. Clay is right. We are tied exactly at .001. Ryan, do you know what's on your screen right now? Do you know this at all?
No, I do not.
I knew what that is.
What is it, Clay?
That's Dugway.
Clayton gets minus .001 because that is actually Wendover Air Force Base.
Oh, my bad.
So, Ryan, my question for you: one of the most recent relative turn of events to take place in Tooele County is the use of the historic Wendover Air Force Base. By the way, an historic Air Force Base in which the Enola Gay, one of the questions I thought about doing, the Enola Gay took practice runs before they dropped, the A-bomb on Japan.
Not just practice runs, the entire thing.
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Which led to also the buildup of nuclear warfare between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. The Cold War. We can talk about how this may be ground zero for one of the spots that really led to the Cold War. But I'm not asking you that question, Ryan. My question for you is, that historic Wendover Air Force Base has been used in major motion pictures like Independence Day and like this. Do you know what that is, Ryan?
Con Air.
That is right. Con Air.
Thank God that's not the answer to the question.
Con Air was filmed, a portion of it was filmed at Wendover. In fact, the airplane, the most famous airplane in Con Air, is housed in Wendover, Nevada.
Been there. Yep.
My question for you, Ryan: Cameron Crowe, played by Nicolas Cage, is trying to get back to his family and has a gift for his daughter he has never met, a stuffed animal to give to her. What type of stuffed animal does Cameron Crowe have to give?
I thought you said his name was Cameron Crowe.
It is Cameron Crowe. Sorry, I apologize.
Wait. The character in Con Air's name is Cameron Crowe?
That's right.
The same as the writer-director of Say Anything and Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, wow.
So, Ryan, my question for you: what is the stuffed animal that the character Cameron Crowe is bringing back to his daughter? Is it A, bunny, B, a bear, C, a giraffe, or D, a monkey?
A giraffe.
God damn it! I can't win them all! 2 times I don't win.
Where jar?
I must say, before I answer this question, this is like one of Jessica's favorite movies. At one time, as we were watching this movie, near the end, we were like, I don't know, I was kind of like, I don't know, we were spooning, and I felt genuine goosebumps rise on her arm, like at the finale. And she is not she does not like movies.
So basically,
but
if
she
you get
loves
this
Con Air.
question wrong, you are
This
definitely going to
movie
get divorced.
is amazing. I love Con
Yes.
Air with so much of my heart.
100% a bunny.
Of course, it's a fucking money. God damn it.
Look to your screen right now.
I was right. You been playing us all along. You a free man.
I said, put the bunny back in.
So, Ryan.
I would be
Like when you guys were hanging out in Jim Marsh's casino, you didn't discuss Con Air. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, that was like all we talked about.
Clayton, do you remember how easy Goshuit was for you?
I know.
There you go. That's why I
His
did that.
wife got goosebumps.
But Clay, this is exciting for you because this is huge. This is why the coin flip is huge. You get to go first in question number 5.
Okay.
Question number 5 is about this area. Are you familiar with it?
I said it earlier. That's Dugway Proving Grounds.
That's right, Clay. That is right. The Dugway Proving Ground is a U.S. Army facility established in 1942 to test biological and chemical weapons housed in Tooele County. Dugway Proving Ground is roughly the size of the state of Rhode Island, by the way. Okay? And also, some people think it's actually the more interesting Area 51. Like, there's plenty.
Area 52.
I've looked up plenty of those videos. I thought about this, but I think this is the more interesting question. Clay, in 1968, a test took place in Dugway that killed 6,000 animals in a nearby ranch. In 1998, 30 years after the incident, the U.S. government admitted that it was a test of quote-unquote nerve agent gas. My question for you, Clayton, what was the animal that made up the 6,000 that died that day? I give you 4 options. If you get it right, 1 full point. Ryan can steal for 0.5. Was it A, cattle, B, goats, C, chicken, or D, sheep?
6,000 is a lot.
Yup. What was the animal? 6,000 of them that were killed because Dugway misfired a nerve agent gas.
I have got to go with chicken. I don't think an operation of 6,000 cattle, goats, or sheep is going to be happening in Tooele in 1968, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to go with C, chicken.
Clay, you have 1.001. Ryan has 2.001. This would give you a full point, tying Ryan.
Yeah, keep teasing, bud. Give me my mind. I said, check it. Let's go. What do we got? God damn it.
Ryan could steal, increasing his lead. Ryan, chicken is off. What is the animal that died?
I'm gonna say sheep.
That would have been my second guess.
Why do you say that?
Because I just
I didn't ask you, Clay. I didn't ask you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked me why it would have been my
But
second
I
guess.
do want to hear. I do want to hear.
It's the other animal that Clayton said.
See, I think this is important for the Utah County's quiz. Is that Clayton does this sometimes.
I said sheep earlier.
He says
You did.
2 options, and Ryan is smart.
Oh man!
Gentlemen, look to your
Give him the goddamn answer.
look
then.
to your screen. That looks like a sheep to me.
Booyah! Booyah!
Oh boy!
Sheeple. You.
Let's
people
just
are
say
sheeple.
6,000 sheep is not an easy cleanup. That is rough.
That's a lot of wool.
We
I hope they use the wool.
this
Yeah, but it was like hit with like anthrax. You're not gonna touch that wall.
this is a runaway because the bonus point.
Is it clinched? I can't get any.
The bonus point is only worth. Well, actually, Jeremy, it
So
could. It could. Yeah.
Ryan has Ryan missed one of his own,
Mhm.
but then he stole one.
So
point
okay,
and took
Jeremy,
five.
I will tell you this. Normally we do the bonus point for 1.5, okay, and that would make it a tie. I do have a runoff.
All right, well let's win.
So
this and
I
let's
will
get that
say
runoff.
that this is for the tie.
Okay.
Tie. Okay?
So, because Ryan wanted to ask more questions about Tooele County, you guys, Clayton needs to get this right.
Yeah, so he gets to entertain his fantasies of more.
So
questions.
Ryan
Yes,
is
I agree.
ahead at 2.5001. Clay is at 1.001. If
Okay,
Clayton
go.
gets this right, we can go to a runoff. But he has to get this right. Okay?
No pressure.
This is a Price is Right question. Okay? This is a Price is Right question. It is about this area. It is about the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Never heard of it.
Okay?
No,
So this is
Bonneville Salt what?
I have a runoff. I have a runoff if you guys if Clayton gets it right. Tooele County is home to the Bonneville Salt Flats, which is known around the world for its speedway.
That's kind of an unfair. You're giving too much credit to Tooele County on the flats there, but okay, go ahead.
but it is in Tooele County.
And it's a lot of it's in Box Elder, but okay. Sorry, you want me to lose? I know you want
Minus .001.
Deducted point.
No. Do not question the chat master. I'm sorry.
The world land speed record has been achieved multiple times at the Salt Flats. The current world record was set on October 23rd, 1970 by this vehicle,
The
Blue Flame. Closest, this is Price is Right, without going over, what was the miles per hour that this object reached to set the land world record in 1970? Miles per hour, closest without going over. Gentlemen, submit your answers.
215 miles an hour.
Ryan?
520
Okay.
miles per hour.
Gentlemen, look to your screen. Blue Flame clocked in at 622 miles per hour.
Oh, mother!
Oh my God.
I didn't realize it go that fast. Ooh.
Clayton Scrivener could have made a runoff, but he did not.
I failed.
In fact,
God.
Ryan, you have closed in
Yes.
on
Wait,
you.
Clayton, did you say 220? I almost got up to 200 on Jessica's Charger on my way back from Vegas.
I was going conservative because I didn't want to go over. I was actually trying to goad you into going way over, and I thought no way 500. But okay.
Ryan, you have closed in at you are two away.
You know what
Just for the
I
record, I talked about this being a Bradford County because it's Bradford's
right.
going to win on area.
That's right.
At the very end, Schlegel's going to reveal it's actually based on area.
I know. I couldn't believe it.
He's gonna spend the next month and a half tweeting after I win the county's quiz. Like
Um,
it was rigged. It's about land mass.
It's like the Republicans showing, the,
Yeah, exactly.
here's the-
This is
the
America.
map by
Any
county.
questions? Any questions? This is the
If you
good.
count the counties where no one lives at the same area, it's all the whole country's red.
I'm really kind of sad. I'm sad that we're starting to run out of counties, but also I'm really looking forward to Paiute County because I literally know nothing about it.
No, Paiute's going to be very hard. I don't know what I'm going to do for that one.
Like, hey guys, nothing's happened in this county.
How do you
for-
spell Paiute?
Literally has 4 people in it. Name 3 out of the 4 people.
Tooele County, I will spend.
Hey, I doff my cap to you, sir. Good job, Bradford.
same.
God,
Although
that was a tough
200
one.
miles per hour, a land speed
I said
record.
220 without going over.
Okay, so
Definitely weren't at risk of going over.
so here's what we're going to do.
I should have just said 1 mile an hour. All right, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, Clay, I didn't know where to put the Phil Lyman